G'day all of our followers. Today we've got a special guest on our show, one of Hong Kong's youngest stars, Chadley Schofield. Welcome. Must be excited to be on this big show.
Yes, I am. First time for me, so
Hopefully you can get the views up.
You're happy to be the third Colt in the Kong?
Well,
Part of the wolf pack?
yeah, part of the wolf pack. I was before anyway, wasn't
Yes, but now officially.
Officially.
Let's talk a bit about your career, Chad. Coming here to Hong Kong as a young guy, was it a bit daunting?
It was. I mean, I came, I think, originally in a 3-month contract, and at the time there wasn't really much pressure on me to really succeed to a larger extent. I was lucky enough to write a winner on my first meeting and my second meeting here at Happy Valley 2. And I was just lucky and fortunate enough I could get rolling straight away, and that 3-month contract turned into a full season, and now I'm in my 4th season. So it's all happened really quickly, but I think Hong Kong's definitely taken my riding to a whole new level, and now I'm definitely nowhere near the rider I was when I first came here as to what I am now. So Hong Kong a lot.
Did it help in living here as a young fellow that sort of knew what the place was all about, and it wasn't as much as a shock as some riders come here, and it is a different world over here?
It is a different world, but I wouldn't say it gave me any head start or advantage, because at the end of the day I was only 8 or 9 years old. Had nothing to do with the racing side of things, and I was just a kid at school. So whilst I had a feel for the city, I don't think it gave me any sort of advantage at all.
What was Dad's advice when you come over here?
Well, obviously Dad was here for a while. He did really well in Hong Kong, so he knew and could tell me a lot. Even today we talk daily, and he helps me with all my rides and tells me what I can improve on and whatnot. So his advice at the time was to just enjoy it. Like I said, there was no real pressure on me to, because I was only 21 at the time. So he just said enjoy it, learn a lot, and keep improving.
So when you came here, as you say, with that 3-month contract, you came here on the back of a stint in the UK. Were you viewing this as another piece of international experience, or were you looking at this as a place where you would like to set up for the future?
Ever since I started my apprenticeship, my number one goal was to obviously win Group 1s, but also my goal was to be a jockey in Hong Kong. So that came along really quickly at the age of 21. So whilst I never expected to come for 3 months and then stick on like I have, I was hopeful it could happen, and I worked hard towards it, and I was lucky enough the club kept me.
As you say, I wouldn't say it's lucky that the club's kept you. You make your own luck and you get your own results. We've seen a number of young jockeys come here to Hong Kong and it hasn't worked out for them. It has worked out for you. What do you put that down to?
I think Hong Kong's a place, I mean, they're big on superstition and luck and whatnot. So for me to hit the ground running, having a win on my first and second meeting, and it's just flown on from there. I was fortunate enough to get support from Tony Millard straight away. He threw me on some really nice horses. I think my first winner in Hong Kong was Class 2 on Strathmore at the straight. Strathmore went on to be group place behind Chicago in the international sprint. So I just obviously I came with a reputation. I was only very young, and a lot of people said I was perhaps too young, but I came with confidence, so I just won the premiership in Melbourne, and off the back of a pretty good season. So came with confidence, and I didn't put too much pressure on myself, and did okay.
Take it back, probably for a long time now, racing was always, that's all you wanted to do, wasn't it? You wanted to be a jockey. I remember as a little boy following your dad around, pretty much doing his form forward. Then you stepped out, and your first winner was by the name of Sir Gwyn.
Correct.
Do you want us to put some footage up of that, or?
I thought there was a reason why you brought the iPad along with you, Adam.
It was a 2,000 metre maiden at Newcastle, and it led by 4, bolted with me and kept running and broke the track record. Ended up in the middle of the track, hung out there. So it wasn't a pretty watch, but
One like a Group 1 horse.
one like a machine.
For those of you, Chad still does look young, but maybe give Google a search and see how young Chadley was when he first punched home his first winner at Newcastle because he dead set looks about 31 kilos. And
I was 34 kilos.
there you go, 34
How many kilos would Adam been back then too, Chad?
Not eating.
I remember I took my saddle. The horse had 60 kilos or something. And I had to get help to take the saddle off because it was that heavy and I was that little. So yeah, funny.
That was with David Payne. Obviously, he's played a massive part of your career.
Yeah, he has. Obviously, he was a champion South African jockey and then a trainer, and then was very successful in Sydney as well. So having the South African connection with my dad and my uncle Jeff Lloyd, I was sent there to start my apprenticeship, and he was a hard master, old school, but I think him being tough on me really set a good foundation for me and taught me a lot as a rider along with that.
Speaking of South Africans, just a few people want to know, are you Australian or are you South African?
I'm Australian.
So the cricket tonight?
Depends who's winning.
But on your career and your background, you mentioned South African background. You're riding here in Hong Kong, you did your apprenticeship in Australia. What riding styles do you lean towards if you've sort of picked up bits and pieces from everywhere?
Yeah, I don't think I really have a style that you can link to a country. I mean, if a random person watches me ride, I don't think you could say South African or Australian. I think it's perhaps a combination, I don't know. Always watched my dad and loved his style, and although we're very different body shapes, I do try and look, or I did try and look like him, and I think my style now is just what works for me. I mean, obviously I'm a very tall jockey, so I need to have a technique that works for me, and that's the one I ended up with.
Your style hasn't really changed much, has it? Like since even like looking back on you, Chad's first group runs 2013 Cox Plate, Seamus Award. You still sort of look similar now as you're obviously stronger and more mature, but you haven't changed much since those days.
Yeah, I think it's like anything. Everyone's different. You can hop on an equisizer or a mechanical horse and try and imitate and copy any jockey you want, but when it comes down to it in the race, and everyone's different, got their own style and technique, and that's mine's mine.
What has changed for you as a rider then since winning the Cox Plate on Seamus Award as far as how you go about your job?
Yeah, obviously it just gave me a great deal of confidence. Obviously put my name out quite quickly, and I was able to follow up with a few more Group 1s later in the season. So that year for me was fantastic. I think off the back of that, like you mentioned, I went to England for a bit and then straight to Hong Kong. So it was a really quick sort of 15 months, and couldn't change a thing now.
Do you remember much of the Cox Plate, or was it all a blur?
It was pretty much a blur, to be honest. I think I've said to you before, I wish I could go back and relive it, do it all again as a more mature person, because I'd definitely be able to soak it in and enjoy it more. But it was just a whirlwind. It happened so quickly, and I couldn't believe it at the time. And next thing, 6 months on, and I was reminiscing all the time.
You're still only young, so in the way you're riding at the moment, I'm going to tip that you'll be riding a few more Cox Plates. The last 3-4 meetings, you've ridden 5 winners, including 2 meetings ago on Sunday, you rode 3. What's changed? You're getting on better horses, you're riding for Tony Cruz, but also you're riding very, very well.
Yeah, obviously I haven't been back long from my suspension, which was a month long. Went away refreshed, I came back, got straight stuck into it. Tony Cruz and Tony Miller had thrown me some nice rides, and been able to win on a couple of them. So I am getting some decent support now, which is the main thing. But I feel like I'm riding well and confident out there in the zone.
Because that's important, that support here, isn't it? You see a number of jockeys who do have a break through the suspension, someone else gets their rides, and then when you come back, it's hard to build up that momentum again. From the outside looking in, it looks like a bit of a slog, but it's like you just picked up from where you left off. In fact, probably going better than you were going into that suspension.
I'd agree and say that I'm definitely probably getting better rides after my suspension than I was before. I was worried during my suspension because it was a month long, and I was concerned that when I came back, because we were pretty much halfway through the season, I was concerned I'd come back and pretty much start right from the bottom and from scratch. But I rode to work for a week or two before I had my first meeting, and trainers were receptive to me, and I think my first meeting back at a full book, rode a winner, circa 3 for Tony Cruz, who's won again since. Yeah, picked up nicely, and happy about that.
We've also had a lot of trials here this morning at Happy Valley, hence why we're here. It feels like you are getting more support now. Even the trials, there's been a couple of times where you have had trials and you've had one trial. So you come here this morning, you've had a few. It obviously makes you more keen to do your job, and also makes you more confident as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you come in all the way here for trials, for one trial, it is a bit degrading, and it can get you down. But certainly when you're coming in and you're full and you're busy and you're riding for various different trainers, it can only help, and it's all positive.
Is this a time of year as well? It's a bit of a transition time in the season as far as the jockeys are concerned. Was it Sylvester de Souza and Alexi Bedell recently leave? A few weeks you get Wagner Borges and Aldo de Maat coming back. Is it important now for you to be going well, getting the support, because otherwise these new jockeys coming in, or the jockeys were there before, they were or could be getting those sort of rides?
Yeah, certainly. Spot on. Obviously, Alexi Bedell and the other French jockey did really well, and they've left now, so there's an opening there with the rides they were having, and it's a good time right now to sort of capitalise on it if you can before the two new jockeys come. But jockeys come and go during Hong Kong. Hong Kong's always tough. It's always a grind to battle and compete other jockeys for rides. But I do think now is a critical time for me, especially. So keep the head down and keep working hard and try and keep the momentum up.
Away from racing, you've got a beautiful partner in Henny. You got married in the off season. How important role does she play in your career?
Yeah, really big one. She doesn't get too involved with the racing side of things, but she's certainly there to pick me up whenever I'm a bit flat, or keep me grounded when I'm a bit carried away. So yeah, she's great. We make a great team, and I'm lucky now.
Would you still be here in Hong Kong 4 or 5 years down the track from when you first arrived, had it not been for him?
Probably not. Hong Kong, I think in my first 6 months in Hong Kong I was on my own, and I did struggle because I was quite young back then. I was really homesick at times, but I was lucky enough. Hannah moved here, and it made all the difference for me. I suddenly started to really love the place and think of it as home. So yeah, we're both very happy.
What would a young Chad Schofield, looking back now, you're, what are you now, 26, 25? 26. Looking back, what would you change as a young fella? Would there be anything you'd look back on now and go, okay, I probably should have done this as a young kid, or should I have done that? Would it just have been maybe not to rush, or just to take life a little bit easier?
Well, I'll probably take life a bit easier, actually. I mean, in terms of my apprenticeship, I had a fantastic apprenticeship. I was the champion apprentice in Sydney, my first full year riding. Then David Hayes took me to Melbourne, and I won it in Melbourne the next year for him. And I think I outrode McLean, one of the quickest in recent times. So I wouldn't really change much about my apprenticeship, but perhaps just maybe not have put too much pressure on myself back then. I was sort of wanting to go 100 miles an hour, full throttle all the time, but to just take a step back and enjoy it more. But it's all experience, and I've been very lucky so far in my career.
Do you think having your parents there with you, and you see a lot of young apprentices in Australia now where they are good riders, but they don't have sort of that background where their families are there for them and stuff like that. And of course, I think you look at your mentors as well, like David Payne. Obviously, as an apprentice going for the ranks, it would be to stay grounded and keep close to the family.
Correct. I think where I was very lucky was David Payne was stabled at Rose Hill. That allowed me to still live at home. Mum or Dad, I think Dad had a broken leg at the time when I started with him, so he drove me to track work every day to stay at home. And then when I moved to Melbourne, I think I was 18, I lived with David Hayes and his family. So I've always been in a family environment. I think one of the biggest problems nowadays with young apprentices is they're living on their own when they're 17, 18 years old. Earning good money, and they can't find trouble, but that wasn't the case for me because I was always in a family environment.
Was there pressure on you coming through being the son of in Schofield, a multiple Group 1 winning jockey, for you to sort of prove yourself?
There probably was. It didn't really get to me. It got to me at the beginning when I think it took me 26 race rides to ride my first winner. And during those 26 rides, I was feeling like I just wanted to get the first one out the way because I felt like everyone was watching me. And I probably did start maybe 6 months too early because I was so little and young. I had a good brain, a good race brain, but I was physically like a 12-year-old, even though I was 16. So perhaps I could have started 6 months later. But yeah, back to your question. Once I started get going and riding winners, I was fine. But the initial part when I couldn't crack it, I felt like everyone was watching me and was letting Dad down. But once we got the first one out the way, we were off.
Do you remember your first ride?
Cirque win as well.
It was
my
Cirque
first
as well.
winner, yeah, Newcastle. He ran third.
Could you hold it?
Just. I couldn't hold much back then.
You've got a really good day of racing coming up on Sunday, 11 races. I think you're in, 9 of them, so you're going to be busy. The best race is clearly that Class 4 sprint. You're on Full of Beauty. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, obviously it's the first time I'll be riding him.
What did I say? Class 4 sprint?
Yeah, Class 4.
Race 4, Class 1.
He's obviously a very, very good horse in a very good race. He's drawn barrier 1. I thought his trial the other day, even though I didn't ride him, was pretty eye-catching. I think he's a horse who probably likes to stalk and run at them rather than be up there and fight on. And I think from the draw we'll be able to do that. And I think it looks a good race for him, and hopefully I can win the race for John Size.
Refined Treasure later on in the day, race 10. He was a serious sprinter last or a couple of seasons ago now. He sort of has lost his way, but if he produces his best, he can win that race.
Yeah, some of his times he was winning in class 3 and that were pretty serious. Yeah, he raced up the grades really quickly, and I think they've had a few issues with him, but really happy to be back on him. I haven't ridden him for a long time. It's his perfect race, class 2000, he's drawn well, so he's not going to have any excuses, so hopefully he can recapture a bit of his old form.
He's the one for us. You didn't ride him last start, but you rode him the start before that. He was a little bit touch unlucky here last start. Steps up in trip to the 1800, and good to see you've been riding a lot for John Size lately as well.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, he's obviously the best trainer here, and when he throws rides at me, I take him whenever I can. So yeah, he's the one for us. I thought he was unlucky not to win here at the Valley last time. That was 1650. He's going to try the 1800 for the first time, which is a question mark, but I think if he's ridden appropriately, he can perhaps get it. Competitive race, but he's one of the chances.
That's going to be a Derby lead-up race. Will we see you in the Derby this year? Have you got a ride for?
Yeah, I've taken to Crypt. He's he's probably a question mark at the trip, but he's definitely got enough rating points to get in the race. He's a quality horse, and if he can stay, he's probably a top 5 chance.
I thought he was getting the line well last time, so it could be just turning the corner.
He could. I mean, obviously he'll go from 1400 to 2000, but Frankie knows what it takes to win a derby, and he knows how to win a feature race. So leave it to him.
Enough about race. We'll ask you a few quick fire questions. Favourite food?
Curry.
Favourite holiday destination?
Japan.
Favourite sport?
Soccer.
Favourite horse?
Rattan.
Any apple?
Favourite pastime outside of racing?
Enjoy a bit of golf. Running.
Did you get beat on the golf course the other day?
Golf course or putt-putt? Well, I wasn't sure what it was.
If you want a confident boosting game of golf, I'm always available.
Okay.
He thought that with me when I counted him up. It's a pretty easy game. Thank you very much for coming on our show today. We'll let you go. You can go home for a run or do whatever you do on a Saturday before the races. We appreciate everything and all the best for the end of the season. We hope you ride a stack of more winners.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers.
Thank you, Jack.
Cheers, Ed.
Welcome back to part 2. Thank you very much to Chad for coming on the show. He's a special young talent. He's a good lad.
He is, definitely, and he was very honest with us and good with his time. as someone who works in the media here, he's always terrific to deal with, Chad, and we're always appreciative of it.
Yeah, I think he's about to go bang to that next level. He's riding well. It's good to see him get a lot of winners, and he's got a good head on his shoulders, so he deserves all the success that comes his way.
Well, as we were also saying too, I was worried from his point of view with that suspension. I thought that could really make things tough for him.
Yeah.
And horses like Circuit 3, those good horses that he'd been jumping on, I thought someone else would jump on those, keep those rides. It's a really tough riding environment here in Hong Kong. I thought that it would be a real slog for him coming back, but no, he's come back in a blaze of glory.
It's a bit of a case of the trainers was like the trainers, something you can't have, you always want. Once he got back, he hit the ground running, and yeah, he's probably getting more support now. So
what do they say? It just makes a half grow fonder out of it.
Spot on. So the trainers are thinking that way, but no, he's riding well, and yeah, as I said, he's a good young lad, and he deserves all the success that comes his way.
Speaking of absence making the heart grow fonder, there's been an absence of winners that I've backed lately, Adam. So you're going to find there's some winners. You get plenty of opportunities.
No, you're right. You got your best bet home on the weekend.
Last week I did.
Yeah. So that's all right. You're still going all right, chipping away.
Doing my best. 11 races, so we get plenty of cracks at the dartboard, so to speak.
We've got plenty of cracks on the weekend.
First race, I'm with my old buddy, the Full Bloom. Zach's on, Class 5, 1400, drawn gate 1. 2 starts ago, sure, he was 3 wide without cover.
Yep.
When I best betted him, he had excuses, but that was from gate 7.
Yep.
You can't be 3 wide with no cover from gate 1, Zach, so I'm going with him.
I'm with the old boy as well, the old Mighty Grey, Full Bloom. His recent trial was good. He's definitely got the ability to win this race. He's a Class 4 every day of the week winner. So
yeah.
Also in this race, I have been waiting for these horses to drop to Class 5, but I just don't know if it's their race yet. One to win. Huge watch on him. He's going to be big odds. I'll be shocked if he doesn't run a race. And also Turf Brilliant is a horse I've been keeping a big eye on. Wait till he gets over a bit more ground. He's a bit like a horse the same as that horse that's been winning with Christo's Princess.
Oh, Foodie Princess.
Foodie Princess.
He's a dirt horse?
No, I just think he's that sort of horse. He's going to get to his mark and then he's just going to go bang, 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 bang. But I think he could win race on the dirt because he has trialled well on the dirt. But this horse definitely has ability, and I'll be shocked if he doesn't win a race very soon.
Okay, as you say, we're referring to the dirt. It's a mixed meeting on Sunday with a few races on the all-weather track. First of those comes up as race number 2, Class 4 over 1200 metres. I'll go for Strathclyde here. I thought he was really good last time out, getting to the line the way that he did. He's drawn well. He's won twice on this surface before over this course and distance, so he'd be my pick.
Good last start. I've gone with Touch of Luck. I just like that he's gone to Chung Fa for a break. He is a bleeder. Generally horses that are bleeders, they run well first up, but there has been times where he has gone to win, he just hasn't gone on with it. I think first up tomorrow, tomorrow he's drawn perfectly, Zach's on his back, he just ticks plenty of boxes. He is a good horse on his day. He has got the ability, so I'm going to stick with him first up. And a horse I think going to be big odds is Space. Stable change. His recent trial was really, really good. Really good. He had a trial here as well that I thought was good.
Very keen.
Yeah, he was, but normally horses that are keen and they normally run themselves in the ground and go backwards, but he continued to fight on, and I think Ricky's obviously learning a bit about him. I think he's a horse that at the big odds can run a big race.
My only concern with Touch of Luck was 1200 metres.
Correct, yeah, that's always also a concern, but I just think he's been trialling well in Chung Fa. He looks well, he looks happy, and I think he can run a big race.
Okay, moving on to race number 3. This is a Class 4 over 1400 metres. Encanto Prepared looks like the sort of size improving type of horse.
Spot on.
And he's taken a few runs to get going, but he was good last time out. He got the line really well. He steps up to 1400 metres. Joe jumps on board. He's my idea of the winner here.
I agree. He just ticks a lot of boxes. He was good last start. My winner was outstanding last start. Missed the kick, ran on from nowhere. For his effort to run second, I thought it was a huge effort. He's going to need a ton of luck again tomorrow, but I think Encanto Prepared to be off and gone, and my winner will be Charged on Late. Another horse to keep an eye on is from the Peter Ho yard, is Car Fortune. He's got a lot of ability. 1400 metres, ticks a lot of boxes. I'll give it up if he doesn't win races soon, but he's a good horse.
Okay. The fourth, clearly the highlight on the card. A field of 7, but high quality sprinters, all of them. Well, I'm going for Big Party because of the weights. I think if he's ever going to beat this calibre of horse, it's with a lightweight here. His 2 trials have looked terrific, and I think there'll be enough speed on the race. Horses like Voyage Warrior, Country Star will go forward. Even Hopkins Prawn could go forward. He could just get the stalking run and finish over the top of it.
Yeah, I said on this show about probably a couple of months ago now, I think he's a Group 1 horse, this horse. His trials, the horses don't do what he does in a trial. And it has been a little bit of rain around lately, which would be good for him, a little bit of juice in the ground. I think he's an absolute near moral in this race. It's just ticks box, he's got no weight on his back, he's drawn well. Tomorrow's his day. If he doesn't do it then obviously if there's excuses after the race, we'll look into that. But he has the ability to have a massive engine. The recent trials, as good as you can see. Grant's riding well, barrier 3 is good, and as you said, I think in a small field you're still going to get a bit of pace in the race.
If he was to be beaten tomorrow, give him one more chance at this level, because my niggling's out with him. I don't think he's a fresh horse, but I think Frankie's tried to counteract that by giving him the 2 trials.
Yeah, has had a little break, but not much of a break. He's not really first up, so he gets every chance to win tomorrow. And, stay tuned for this race because he is an absolute rocket, and you'll see some very good horses. It is a Class 1, but it would not be shocked if this was a Group 1 race.
On to the 5th event then on the card, Class 4, 1200 metres. The one that I liked from his run last time out is Judy Star. I really liked the way that he got to the line. I think the Pingho driver who beat him is a pretty nice horse. Judy Star looked like a nice griffin last season. He obviously didn't quite come up first time around this season, but based off his last run, looks like he's starting to live up to the promise that he showed at the end of last season.
We're agreeing on again, everyone.
Good, Adam.
Yeah, I'm with
and I'm not looking over here at the arcade, by the way.
Judy Star, yeah, he was good last start behind a nice horse. Another horse who I think we've got to respect is Good Luck Friend. He's going to be big odds. I thought his trials have been really good in a race that I wouldn't be shocked nearly if anything won this sort of race, but I thought his recent trials were good. Ricky Yu, Alex Ligo's on board, Barrier 1. I think he can run a huge race at big odds, and 8 trigrams was good last start, and Jade Phoenix has been okay.
Yeah, there's a few chances in it, but they're the main ones for sure. Race 6, Class 4, 1400 metres. Who did you like here?
I've gone with Fantastic Show just because of the gun run he's going to get. I think Power King's a nice horse, but he's drawn that touch unlucky. But in saying that, I definitely think he's another horse from Tony Cruz that has to be ridden quiet. The runner was better last start. I thought he stuck on well, and a horse that was absolutely enormous on debut was He's a Beauty.
Yeah.
But he has drawn 13, so he's going to be out the back again. His debut was, wow. If he's good odds tomorrow, over 10 to 1 or around that, I think he's definitely worth something each way when it plays because his debut was really good.
It was really good. I'd imagine he'll be going back from gate 13 if there's pace on in the race.
Yeah.
Look out for him. And his trials, I didn't think here in Hong Kong had been that good. So he ran well above my expectations on debut.
And John Sizer's horse is always going to improve. So if he's at odds tomorrow, I have gone with Fantastic Show the win, but I think He's a Beauty's definitely a play at the odds if he's over the odds.
Race 7, back to the dirt, Class 3 over 1200 metres. Do you give Willpower another chance here?
Definitely, he's still learning. Only had 3 starts. His second last start. I like the way he got going again late, last 100. He ran through the line well. He's a really nice horse. I don't know if he's just a dirt horse. I think his last run sort of suggested that he's going to get on the turf and he'll run well. I think he's racing well. Mega Heart's consistent horse. He always runs a good horse. Mr. Wealth was good last start. Mr. Wealth, I sort of think maybe he's a bit of a fresh horse. So I think he's going to be pretty short tomorrow too with Zach on it. So barrier 2. For me, I think he'd be a lay if he's under the odds. So I think Willpower's the one to beat.
I've always got with Mr. Wealth in the back of my mind that he is a bleeder. So I think on his day, if he's feeling right, if everything's good, he's definitely capable.
Yeah.
But that's the if.
When Regan Bayless won on him a few starts ago, he rode him perfect, got in front, he kicked on, he won well. So he's definitely got the ability to win the race, but I just think there's a bit against him tomorrow.
Race 8.
Good race.
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't say I criticised you, but I questioned you last time with Mr. Aldan. He won. I was wrong. You were right.
Finally went back on him.
They did. You got the tactics right. Are you backing up with him again here?
I am. It is a bit tricky from barrier 3. I think he's going to be good odds again tomorrow. I can't see any reason. I thought his times were good last start. He ran on well. He looked like he ran through the line well. barrier 3. I just hope Vincent's a little bit negative on him out of the gate. Just gets one off the fence. I think he can win again. He's going to be good odds, as I said. Can't see why, but hopefully, he's just ridden exactly the same again. He gets the outside and lets rip. Lakeshore Eagle's fine. He's a good horse. He's drawn perfectly. Glorious Love was awesome, and Cot Campbell's recent trial, he was outstanding. So I think
it just depends on what Cot Campbell rocks up on the day.
you're spot on. I'm going to play around. I'm going to have Corellas and QPs for those people who live over here. I'm going to have just play around with numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6. I think there's value there. I think Cot Campbell's going to be big odds, but his recent trial, he got back, he launched through the pack under a stranglehold. He's a nice horse, I think, but I just think he missed her out and starting to find his mojo in Hong Kong.
Okay, for our viewers in Australia and New Zealand as well, this is the first leg of the quaddie race number 8. I would be throwing in the 7 Super Atticus. He's due for a win. He's drawn well here, so he's an extra one to put into your numbers.
He's an extra one. He just doesn't want to win for me. He needs that win to give him some confidence. It's just, he just keeps making a little bit more, too many excuses for me in those races.
Okay, we spoke with Chad about the Class 2 over 1800 metres, the race that's the last real lead up towards the Derby. Who wins it?
I've gone with Helene Charisma.
Okay.
I thought his last start run was really good, held up at a vital stage, went to the line under hard held. It's going to be big odds. Barrier 1, Blake Shin. Blake suits these horses really well, cuddles them, gives them a nice bit of confidence. He'll expose him at the right time and then let him rip. In Richmond, I don't know what happened to him last start. He was well supported. It was his race to win last start. This horse has ability. He's obviously a bit of a up and down sort of animal, but he's in my numbers. I think he's going to run a huge race, and I think he's going to be big odds again. But he is a horse that they can find him in the market. So obviously the computer systems and them, they obviously do have him rated well, and I think he can run a huge race. Beauty Legacy, I don't know what to do with him. He's doing too much wrong, but the engine's there, the ability's there. I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if they seen him go forward on him tomorrow and just let him go.
The only issue with going forward, because it does look like a Derby, and he's here for the Derby, it does look like a Derby there's not going to be much pace on.
Yep.
But it's also looked like they've been trying to teach him to settle and relax in his races to run out 2,000 metres. So,
but if they want to get to a Derby, they've got to let him go forward. Otherwise, he's just going to pull his head into the ground. It's just going to be a waste.
But is it defeating the purpose of the mission, which was to try to get him to relax and stay singing?
Well, if they're trying to get him to relax, then I would just say we'll skip the Derby, teach him more, get him to mature, and then bring him back next season. He's a nice horse. He's a very nice horse. So I'd just let him mature into a nice horse and let him try and iron out some of them issues.
I think it's D-Day for him as far as the Derby is concerned tomorrow. You'd want to see him doing something, that's for sure. I'll throw up one more. I'll throw up Winning Delight. I thought his last win was good. He may have just taken a bit of time. He won first up. He went through a bit of a lull, but he won last time out pretty nicely. He's proven over these sort of distances. He's got the lightweight, so I'd be giving him a solid shout.
Definitely. Casper's team's going really well.
They are.
So, Matty Chadwick won on him last start. Barrier 5, 115 in his back. He's definitely one to add in your exotics. Even he's the one for us. Was good last start. Chad will go forward on him and just keeps bopping along.
My only concern with he's the one for us. I don't know if he runs out 1800.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he might now. People are saying he might not run 16, but he's done that easy. I think he might get the 18. Who are we to question Johnny's size?
No, I'm offering an opinion. I'm not questioning John's size, that's for sure. Race 10. I know all the talk in the lead up has been about this Class 1 sprint earlier on in the car, but this Class 2, not as good, but it's still good, really good sprint down the straight here.
Good horses.
Yeah, I thought Stronger was the way to go.
I actually left him out of my numbers.
Okay, why is that?
I thought his run here last start, it was one of my best bets last start. He had every chance last start. Beautiful ride, drew the nice barrier. Hong Kong win got back. Barrier 1 tomorrow, I don't think that's the sort of, he's going to be out there left alone. I think he's a horse that needs to sit right behind him, cuddle and then let out late. I think Duke Y is a horse, I love him I love what Paul's done here, back to the 1,000. He should get a nice run in behind him. He's proven over this trip, he's racing well. love that he stepped him up in trip. He's got the fitness and drops him back to 1,000. I think he's going to be good odds again tomorrow, and I think he's going to run another brave race. Hong Kong win. He keeps getting better and better.
Yep.
He had a recent trial the other day, which was very good under Joe. And I think the value in the race, Computer Patch, very nice horse. I think I would actually, a match race between Computer Patch and Stronger, I'd want to be on Computer.
Would you? Okay, because he ran 1,000. Is it a bit sharp for him?
It is a bit sharp, but his recent trial was really good, and I think the horse has a lot of ability, so I think his class will take him a long way. I think he is a horse to keep an eye on for next season. He's probably, it's all coming a bit new, fast and new at the moment, but I think he'll run a huge race tomorrow, and also Water Diviner.
I best betted him a few starts ago now down the straight.
He got back and
charged home, but I just thought he was outpaced. I think he's a 1,200 metre.
yeah, I think if he jumps tomorrow with them, sits behind them, he'll be in the finish. But,
Yeah. There he is.
That's the risk you take.
Last race, I've got 4 horses in this. This is a class 3 over the 1,200 metres. 4 that could win it.
Yep.
What's the one?
Lucky Moore, Meridian Genius.
Lucky Moore. I think All in Mind's a very nice horse, and they should run along at a genuine tempo here. Even, I think Team Spirit could win again in this grade. I think,
Rated, but he's just continues.
Vaving Green's done nothing wrong, Adam. King My Bravo's drawn beautifully, lightweight, good draw, and perfect type of horse. So 4, 5, 6 of them could win it.
I'm saving the best for last. I think Lucky Moore will be ridden quiet. I think he'll sit just behind him in his, behind the speed, and he'll get to the outside and exactly cuddle him, and I reckon he'll win like he did a couple starts ago.
How much is left though when he's let off the bit?
Not much, I don't think, but I think if he's cuddled tomorrow and how his recent trial was, where they rode him that little bit quieter, he'll be winning.
Okay, pretty confident you, Adam.
I think he's a good horse. But I just think barrier 1 tomorrow. If he drew wide tomorrow, I'd say scrap.
Yeah.
But barrier 1, perfect. All in Mind is a horse that I like. Meridian Genius was very, very good last start. Ping Eye Bravo was good. I seen Ping Eye Bravo the other morning, and he was huge. He's a very fat boy. He's been eating like us.
Yeah,
so
I was going to say we're not in a position to criticise that.
no, but he won last start like very well. So. I was a bit against him, but then seeing him the other morning, he's obviously a big horse, so he was, I thought he was just getting there and just stopping because he just didn't want to go on with it, but obviously it's taken him a while to get fit. If he comes in the yard tomorrow and he's tucked up and looks a lot fitter, it's going to be hard to beat because I seen him the other morning and he's a big boy.
Just in fairness to Lucky Moore, last time out he was 3 wide throughout. The pace was very strong.
I thought he stuck on enormous.
Yeah, he did a really good job. And Super Wealthy, who won that race, has won since in class 2. The form's been franked out of the race.
He had every right to drop right at the back. I think, I think he's a very nice horse, and I think he'll. I just hope he's not under the odds. That's barrier 1, Zach Denny Shum. He's a bit of a boom horse. A lot of people are talking about him, but over $3, $3.50 or something like that.
It depends on what sort of, being the last as well, it'll depend on what sort of day Zach's having. If there's a lot of all-up support, if Zach's ridden 3 or 4, you'll be getting $1.80, $2 a day. If
Correct.
Zach's ridden 1, 2,
2,
you might get $2.50, $3.
Exactly, yeah, but just this horse has a lot of ability, so I think tomorrow we'll see the best of him, and hopefully we do, because if we do, I think he'll.
Okay, so you're saving the best for last, race 11, number 1?
Yep, what about you?
I'll go Big Party. Race 4, I think I'm pretty confident about him. I'm maybe a late convert to the party. I had a few things against him, but now I think maybe I've started to figure out what makes the horse tick from a form point of view. And as I said, the only little doubt is a couple of months between races, but he's had the trials, he's got the lightweight, his last couple of wins have been really good. His trials have been excellent, so I'll go race 4, number 5.
I think I'm a huge fan of the Theo, and of course beat the clock's champion. I would say he's definitely in the top 3 sprinters in Hong Kong Big Party. Just what he does in the morning, what he does in the trials, and what he does on race day when he lets rip. There's a huge engine there. He's definitely got Group 1 ability. If if it rains, it's a little bit of rain for it, I think he could win and win heart held. So I think he looks a good thing. My value bet, I might go with Mr. Alden again. I just don't know what price they're going to go up about him, but I think Helene Charisma's also going to be huge over. So there's a couple to play around with.
Okay, if it rains, Helene Charisma, I don't think he's a Sha Tin horse,
No.
but if it does rain, definitely that would assist his chances as well. On Big Party, it's time now, I think, with the sprinters. It's a changing of the guard. Beat the Clock was disappointing last time out. Frankie Laws said in the press this week, this will be Mr. Stunning's last season, most likely. They've been the benchmark for Group 1 sprinters here in Hong Kong over the last 2 or 3 years. There's a void there. The Firo, Big Party, who knows, Lucky Moore. These horses, there's an opportunity for someone to step up and fill that void.
Well, I think out of probably Australia has some great sprinters, but I think Hong Kong's probably got the most exciting young sprinters out of anyone in the world there. Some serious rockets over here and some young horses that are going through the grades. And who doesn't say something like a Duke White can't continue on in his ways and go on to, maybe not a Group 1 horse, but he's going to be competitive in Group 2 sprints, Group 3. There's a lot of very nice horses over here at the moment. Of course, the Firo and your Big Party's the ones to beat, but Hot King Prawns also, he's only lightly raced, but he's up in the ratings now, so it is going to be tough for him. But it's exciting times in Hong Kong, and definitely the sprint and staying rankings are ticking plenty of boxes.
Definitely. All right, Adam, that might do for us. Saturday morning, we might have a coffee and then get ready to enjoy some really good Australian racing. Best of luck to everyone having a bet. Hopefully, we're a bit wealthier. Say 5:30 tomorrow night in Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's definitely pockets are full.
Yes, yours are generally.
Yeah, please. Good luck. Have a good day, everyone.